Do you know this feeling when you are working on a project and you do everything right and you actually see some progress, but one day there is a point where you just hit a wall and you stop seeing any results and you start feeling stuck? Listen, I have been there many times. For 5 years, I was trying to find a solution for that. A way to finally get out of the cycle, a way to finally break this wall and continue the progress. But it was hard. No matter what I did, I felt as if there was some kind of point that once reached absolutely froze my entire progress. And after that, no matter how much work I would put in, how much frustration, stress and pain I would go through, I would never be able to revive this success, this momentum, and keep pushing forward and keep moving even further. I felt as if nothing could break this invisible wall that was in front of me. Now, if you feel the same, if what I just said resonates with you, you need to watch this video. I'm recording this video for you because after those 5 years, I finally found the 3 things that you need to do consistently if you don't want to stay stuck. Those are the same 3 things that when I started doing, I could finally see the ball rolling, and I can tell you even more. When I again hit another wall, I was able to break it as well. And now I'm able to break any wall that spawns in front of me at any point of my journey. So if you want to get the same results for yourself, just listen. The first thing that you need to do consistently if you don't want to stay stuck is you need to constantly get uncomfortable. Now, this is extremely important because one rule that I believe to be true is that when we are feeling uncomfortable, it is a clear sign for us that we are just leveling up. If you think about it, in video games, when you are leveling up, it feels nice because you are getting a lot of rewards and the whole leveling up experience in video games is just a pleasant thing. But in the real life, it's quite the opposite. When you are leveling up in real life, you are not feeling nice, you are feeling uncomfortable. And the best thing about it is that you can control that. I mean, you can force yourself to feel uncomfortable by doing things that are uncomfortable for you. So for example, what I mean by that, I'm literally the best example of that. Because if you look at this video and then after watching it, you go back and look to my first videos that I have ever posted on this channel, you will see a massive difference. Why is that the case? Because I was getting uncomfortable as frequently as I possibly could. And so what I mean by that is I understood that if I'm feeling uncomfortable, I am leveling up, I am developing, I am unlocking new paths, I am unlocking new skill trees, let's call it that way. And so I tried to get uncomfortable as frequently as I possibly could, because I knew that if I want to succeed with this YouTube channel, I need to constantly improve. And how can I constantly improve? In other words, I need to constantly level up, and I know that I can level up by being uncomfortable. And so not only I tried to get uncomfortable as frequently as I possibly could, I also tried to challenge myself. And so at first, I was just recording videos and I did not care about anything. Why? Well, because just recording those videos was uncomfortable for me. But once recording videos became comfortable for me and I was able to just, press this record button and just go with the video, go with the flow, then I started improving on other aspects. So I started working on my intros, I started working on other aspects, I started implementing new language, new words. Now, this video that you are watching right now is a result of me getting uncomfortable yet another time, because I realized that all of my previous videos, even though they were extremely valuable, they were not really engaging. It was hard to watch them. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to learn how to speak in a different way. I'm trying to improve my speaking skills. I'm trying to improve so that you can watch for longer, so that you can engage with those videos, so that you can feel the emotions. And that way you will understand me better, you will remember the information for longer, and overall that will allow you to truly improve yourself, because you will understand and you will take it deep to your heart what I'm trying to tell you, all of my messages. But it is not comfortable for me. I'm doing that for you, but I had to spend the entire yesterday just learning how to become a better speaker, how to speak in a way that I'm doing it right now. And I had to test different things and I had to spend time to realize that I can speak in that way only if I'm standing. Like, there were so many things that I needed to try. Those are new things. Like this background that you see right now, is a new background. I had to test so many things. The entire video format is essentially new. And when something is new, it's uncomfortable for people because that's something that we don't know, that's something that we are not used to. So it makes us uncomfortable. But if you look at my channel and you go from the last video to this video, you will see so much improvement. Even though like from one video to another, you don't see that much of an improvement. Overall, like throughout these past 6 months, I believe, you will see so much improvement. And that improvement was possible only because I got uncomfortable. If I was not willing to be uncomfortable, if I was not willing to leave my comfort zone, I would essentially stay stuck. I would never be able to move anywhere. I would be stuck. Now the second thing is, I already kind of touched on that, but you need to test, improve and implement. And so what I mean by that is, as I said, you need to test different things because certainly some things work better than others. You need to constantly improve, even by this, I mean, yeah, there is this one rule of improving by at least 1% every single time, but sometimes it might be even too hard to do. But always strive to, improve by even at least 0.1%, 0.01%. Always try to improve at least somehow, even if that will be a small percentage. You always want to improve. If you first improve on something, if you try to improve like on the way you speak, for example, just as I'm doing right now, and then you test it and you see that it actually boosts the retention, it actually makes people engage with the video more. That's, in my example, then you need to implement that. You can't just test one thing and say, it was uncomfortable for me, so I'm not going to repeat that, even though it got me results. No, test that, and if that worked, implement it. If it didn't work, just test different thing, improve on different thing, test it, and if that works, then implement that. If not, move on and try something else. If you're not willing to do that, again, you will just stay stuck. Because how on earth are you going to know what will work and what is going to make you unstuck if you never test anything, if you never improve on anything, and if you never implement the things that will work? And now there's first step, which is to plan and prioritize. So listen, the main reason as to why I felt stuck for so long, for a couple of years at least, was because I was either not planning or prioritizing, or maybe sometimes even both. Like if you're working on a certain project and you don't plan ahead, then what happens is you sit down to work, and instead of actually working, you end up wondering what is the next step, and you end up wasting your energy and time on unnecessary things that could be pre-planned. The videos that I'm recording are always pre-planned, and some of them are the ideas that were sitting in my bank for like at least 3 weeks. If I wouldn't do that, and if I would try to, go with the flow and like come here to this office and then try to think about different ideas, try to think about different video topics that I could record, then what would happen is I would essentially feel stuck, because I would just knew that I have little time and I have to record like 7 videos in order to keep up the daily, but then I don't know what to record. And so what ends up happening is I enter this kind of wheel in which it's so hard to focus on anything, in which I feel stuck because I'm frustrated, because I know that first of all I don't have time, but second of all I still have to do some things and I don't know how to do them. I hope that makes sense. But also you need to prioritize, because here's the thing, because I remember that in September I started posting on X, previously known as Twitter, and so I started posting there, and I also wanted to improve my YouTube content, my YouTube game. So I found out that because I was trying to post on both platforms at the same time, it was hard for me to find the right amount of energy and focus that I needed to put into each of those platforms. And so if I wouldn't prioritize, if I didn't realize that YouTube has a higher priority on my list, then what would happen is I wouldn't essentially care about the lack of energy and focus that I have, and I would keep posting on both Twitter and YouTube. And that way I would stay stuck, because I would not have enough energy, enough time, enough focus to improve my YouTube game. And if I wouldn't do that, if I wouldn't work towards improving this YouTube game, then I would stay stuck. I would essentially not grow on YouTube, because I wouldn't be able to make all of those changes that happened since September. If you do those 3 points that I went over in this video consistently, I can guarantee you that you will see the ball rolling and you won't ever stay stuck, because you will constantly be improving, you will constantly be trying new things, and you will constantly be expanding your comfort zone. So yeah, I hope that helps. I hope you found value in this video. If that's the case, you can like it, you can subscribe to the channel if you are new here. And other than that, thank you for watching, and as always, keep pushing.